We're never quite sure how to start this.
I'm Sue.
That's Sue. I'm Michael.
Today, we are a
Close-knit family, which is a knitcast. We broadcast from Armstrong in the North Okanagan region of British Columbia, Canada. It is Sunday, December 9th. This is episode 35. Yeah.
And we're following Mike's adventures as a newer beginner.
Yes.
A newer beginner.
A newer beginner, yes.
That's special. He's a newer beginner.
Yes.
He's actually not a beginner anymore. He's a newer knitter.
Yes, and Sue's on our ongoing yarn and knitting addiction.
You'd think after like 35 episodes we'd be able to get through that.
No. No. No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Okay, so skies above Armstrong.
It's cold.
Yeah, it got cold. We finally froze.
It's below freezing.
It's below freezing. We had a little bit of snow yesterday that was blowing around on the road when people drove by, but that was about it.
Yeah, it didn't stick around.
No, nothing very exciting going on there.
Yeah.
Alongs.
We have our ongoing sock along. We have 2 more weeks left in that. Mm-hmm. For more information on that, go watch episode 34.
So yeah, our last episode, we described it pretty good again. We've had quite a few entries coming in, so keep them coming. Mm-hmm. July 15th till now, socks.
Christmas 25th? December 25th.
Oh my gosh, didn't we do our...
We did. You missed it before we went live. We did a whole...
Because we were both a little worked up.
Yeah.
Apparently we didn't get over it enough, so should we stop and do it again?
No, we shouldn't. We always say that, and we never do.
No, I meant the...
Oh.
Well, I guess we... Okay.
Ma.
Ma.
Little High School Musical reference for you there.
Anyway, oh my god. Okay. So I am wearing today something that you can't see. What? Anyway, I am wearing my... Oh, see, you still can't see it. My Skirt in the Round by Sylvia Olsen. We prepared for this. There we go.
Most preparation we've ever done.
So this is the Skirt in the Round by Sylvia Olsen. This is like, it's in her Knitting Stories book. This is flattering. This skirt is flattering on anyone. It's such a nice, and it hits me just above my knee, which is perfect. There's a, what do you call it? A casing with elastic up here. And, oh, apparently I dripped water on it earlier.
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that. Surprise! Okay. Look away. Yeah, it's a really great knit in the Salish style. And I highly recommend this sweater for...
The skirt, even?
This skirt, even. For anyone. Because it's an easy knit. It's a fairly quick knit.
It looks like just knitting.
And
not even purling.
That little bit of color work. And just the right amount of shaping. So anyway, that's what I'm wearing today.
Yeah.
It's the Skirt in the Round by Sylvia Olsen. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome sauce. So those of you who've been following along may have noticed we tried to do Vlogmas. And we called it an epic fail, and a lot of people said, you know, that's
where's the
fail? Well, the fail in that is that, so we recorded stuff for one day.
Yeah.
And it was really weird.
Yeah.
For one thing, it was really weird. And then, like, honestly, I don't think we could have recorded anymore, like, for following days. And it took us 2 days to get it edited and put up. And so, essentially, yeah, Vlogmas is not a thing that
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if we have a particularly like Christmassy day or something going on,
you want
where
to put up the tree?
yeah, maybe when we sort of do our decorating. I'm going to a Hanukkah party tonight.
Oh yeah, Hanukkah party for non-Jews.
Yes. Or a Jew-do.
Jew-do.
As our good friend calls it. She says, you come into a Jew-do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, apparently we're having all things fried, because it's all about the oil that didn't burn out in one night, but lasted for 9 days.
8 days.
8
nights.
8 nights. So it's all things fried, so that should be good. Latkes. Dad ran into Melina.
Melina, our friend Melina.
At the
at Superstore.
At Superstore, and she was buying her second 10-pound bag of potatoes.
Yeah.
For the latkes, and she posted a picture of her black and whites. She said, but to really get good ones, you have to go to New York.
Yeah. I don't actually know what a latke is.
It's like a shredded potato pancake.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't you come to any of her cooking this summer? When she was in that cooking competition?
Yeah, I went to like all of it.
Well, she made latkes in every...
Oh, she did! Yes, okay.
So
I know what a latke is now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good times. Good times. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, we didn't. So
I know I rabbit trailed there, but
yeah, we started out our fail of Vlogmas.
Right, so I might record some stuff tonight at our I love Melina at our Jew-do. Oh, apparently too, we have to drink. It's this wine. It's made with Minishevitz.
Minishevitz. I thought off the top of my head I went Maishevitz, but
I think it's Minishevitz. Anyway, apparently it's this wine made with Concord grapes, and Melina let her mom know that we were going to do all these wonderful Jewish celebrations, and her mom said to her, "Well, you better warn them that people who drink Minishevitz tend to barf." So we're going to be doing dreidel with Minishevitz shots. So we got warned that if we're concerned about the barfing, why would anyone drink this stuff if apparently it's a barfing thing? But anyway,
maybe it's just like once you start you can't stop.
I don't think so. I think it's anyway.
Anyway.
And apparently it's also known for like incredible hangovers.
Oh, good.
So it's like, yay! This I want to do. So, yeah.
I'm sorry I'm missing out on it.
I might take tequila instead. She said we could, take our own thing. I can drink tequila without any of those problems.
Yeah.
So.
Have you ever wanted to drink tequila because the alternative is worse?
I don't think tequila is a problem. But anyway, enough about my drinking problem.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor.
Yeah, so. Well, that could happen too. You never know. You never know. And you were telling me about a boyfriend sweater curse.
Yes. It actually came out because someone, this show I watch on YouTube, Citation Needed. Great show, look it up, watch it. Did an episode on the boyfriend sweater, or the curse, or the sweater curse, as they called it. And I don't know, I thought I'd bring it up as a talking point, because I don't talk much in these episodes.
And yeah.
So yeah, basically I'm sure most of you know, but for those who don't, the curse of the sweater, or the boyfriend sweater, is this idea that if you knit a sweater for your significant other, the relationship will fail. Generally shortly thereafter.
I hadn't heard that before.
You hadn't?
No, I mean, I know the curse of the boyfriend sweater is like, it's never gonna fit, and anyway.
No, yeah, the proper curse is the relationship will fail.
Okay.
And I actually looked it up on Wikipedia, and they list several reasons for why this might happen. Number one reason they list is just unlucky timing. The relationship was gonna fail anyway, and you just happened to be knitting the sweater at the same time, so coincidence basically. One I found interesting was rescue mission. You're knitting the sweater in an attempt to save the relationship.
To show how much I care.
I love you. Have this sweater,
I'm
and
making
it's
you a
just
sweater.
that that's not a good reason to knit a sweater.
And then he's like, "This is ugly. I don't want to have to wear it."
Well, that gets into aversion, which is thanks, honey.
I don't really want to wear it.
I don't want to wear this. One of the interesting things that they put under that is because of the under aversion, at least, is the potential quote unquote domestic implications.
Oh, like that's too much.
Yeah, quote unquote. Well, yeah, then that also gets into the sweater would end up as a catalyst for analyzing the relationship. Wow. So hey, I've made you this sweater. Cool. This is a lot of work. This is like, oh, that's how much you care about this relationship.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Misdirected attention. Putting too much attention into the sweater and not enough into the relationship.
You know what? That totally falls into like there's a classic, and Fruity Knitting Podcast did an episode on this about the curse of the boyfriend sweater, and they played an episode of Ozzie and Harriet, where Ricky Nelson's, this goes way back, friends. This is like 1950s, I think. So it might be the 60s. Ricky Nelson's girlfriend decides to make him a sweater.
Okay.
And then because she's trying to knit this sweater, Ricky thinks she's lost interest in him, and he starts dating someone else, and then that one makes him a sweater, and oh my gosh.
Would you believe the list isn't done yet, though? Okay. Because the next thing I had written down is insufficient gratitude.
Oh.
So...
being knitworthy.
Yeah, here, I made you this, $100, 100 hours, hand-knit sweater. Thanks.
Yeah, knitworthiness.
Yeah, knitworthiness. And the last one they had listed on the Wikipedia article, which was a bit of a long walk, I thought of, new interests. More specifically, getting into the whole knitting community and such, and maybe trying to knit this in secret could come off as, could create accusations of adultery.
So, same kind of thing as what I was, Yeah, if you're curious about that episode, it's really quite cute. And I know Fruity Knitting Podcast, I don't know which, because I wasn't prepared for this.
This one.
Oh, nice! You're so clever! Isn't he good at that?
Yeah, so you're, Fruity Knitting.
Curse of the Boyfriend Sweater. Yeah. So if you want to see the Ozzie and Harriet episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And,
Ozzie and Harriet?
I don't know. You're the one who watched it.
Anyway. The Nelsons.
And, there are ways to avert the sweater curse. Ooh. Namely, the one thing...
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Sure, hand knit things for your significant other, but maybe consider the level of the relationship and knit to that level. So start out with like hats, mittens, scarves, socks before you go to a sweater. And the number one piece of advice, which I read and I was like, that should be like right at the top. Do they even want a sweater?
Yeah, ask them.
Do they want a sweater? And you know what? Involve them in the process of, picking a pattern or picking the yarn. Involve them in that process.
Yeah.
And, those are some ways to avoid the boyfriend sweater.
The curse of the boyfriend sweater. I knit a boyfriend back in the day. Mm-hmm. I knit a boyfriend sweater. Now, I was living with this boyfriend at the time, so... and he wore it some, but I look back at this was the 80s, and if anyone knows fashion from the 80s, this sweater was ugly. Oh my god. It was a pale gray and a really, this kind of color, bright teal blue.
Pale gray and oh man.
Really bright. and it had cables, and I think it was made out of cotton. Oh, it was ugly. And I was knitting part of it while we watched Top Gun.
Okay.
And this was a big deal. We actually rented a TV, rented a VCR, and rented the movie Top Gun, and had like 20 people come over to watch, because this was a big deal to be able to do that.
On your 6-inch screen.
Well, no, we rented a TV. It was, it was a big TV screen. Anyway, and
20 inches? Yeah.
It was so exciting that there's a section, it was right here across this sweater, that was like super tight. Anyway, yes, eventually that relationship failed, so, and then after marrying Dad,
yeah.
I think I've only actually knit him one sweater, which he wears quite frequently.
Mm-hmm.
And even after he'd been wearing it for 2 or 3 years, I discovered a mistake that I'd made. And now every time it's right there, and every time he puts it on, I'm like, ah!
Which sweater is that?
The green one.
Okay.
It's got little faux cables. Anyway.
Yes, that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah.
So sort of going back to the like Vlogmas kind of thing. What I did start doing was writing sort of like Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm.
Knitting songs. So we might play with those.
We might.
No promises, because Mike's really busy, and
yeah.
I kind of lean on my partner for stuff. But we'll see, because I really could do them by myself.
Mm-hmm. You could. You totally could.
We'll see what happens. By the way, that music you sent me, what did you do? Anyway, I couldn't get it. I couldn't listen to it. My Messenger's really weird.
Okay.
I don't get stuff on my Messenger anymore.
Okay. Oh well.
It's bizarre. But anyway, and as I was, one other thing, sort of Vlogmas-y, is those, if you've been following along on Instagram, or if you watched the Vlogmas thing,
you would have seen this.
You would have seen our family's advent calendar.
Yeah! Is it up to date? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
This was something, I made this in, it's signed on the back. So I made this in 2005. Here, I'll just, I'm going to wear it like a necklace because, and then it sticks. It's nice. So, hey, I can wear this. Oh my God, ugly Christmas.
Oh my God. I would say wear it.
You saw it here first, folks. You saw it here first.
I would say wear it tonight, except I don't.
It's a Hanukkah party. Anyway. So, just to tell you a little bit about this, so when both of the kids were younger, they got to do alternate days, and basically all the little Christmas tree ornaments are in this bag, and every day they just reach in and take one out and place it on the tree.
So that's a little...
That's
tree
one of
with
the other
heart,
ones.
and there's a loop on the back, and then I hook it on one of these buttons.
So,
I've already done the one for today.
Now, I had a question for you about this.
Okay.
I noticed that quite specifically when you got the present ornament, you put it down at the bottom.
Yep.
Are there certain ornaments that you put in certain places, and are there any that you put back for later?
Wow, that's a leading question if I've ever heard one.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 presents which always go under the tree. And I know for a little while, there's one that's an angel. And Melissa and I would always put it at the top, at the very top button on the tree here, and we would always save it for the last day. Okay. If we ever drew it, we would put it back.
All right.
Get another one. But otherwise, no. Just kind of try to balance. I try to balance the tree.
Okay. So anyway, that's our Advent calendar tradition.
Yeah.
And as I post pictures of it on Instagram, I'm sure some people are like, why do you keep showing us the same picture?
No.
But it does change a little bit.
There's a new ornament every day.
time.
Every day there's a new ornament. I think this year the first one was the soldier.
The reindeer.
Reindeer.
Was. Oh, it's snowing! Oh,
Sorry.
can you see that? You probably can't.
They can. They can see that. It's
snowing! Of course it is. Okay, so enough of looking out our window.
breaking news in the skies above Armstrong.
Skies breaking. Skies above. We'll have a little scrolling thing going across.
Sorry, I
Okay.
just got really excited for that.
All right, let's look at some yarn acquisitions. I know it's snow. Do you want to go outside and record outside in the snow?
Fine.
You'll be
It's
cold
fine.
again. Yarn acquisitions.
Yeah.
So as I showed, and I know it's snow. Stop it.
Okay.
It happens every year,
I know.
and you're gonna have to shovel it.
Oh. Not if I move out.
So that's a thing. So we showed in, I think we might get attacked by a dog. Here she comes. So we showed in our Vlogmas video, we got some yarn mail from
Hi, Tasha.
Allison Barnes.
Bye, Tasha.
I got a few of her mini skein sets with her, what's it called? Struggle and Strength. I'm showing you. You can read it better than I can. From her Struggle and Strength line. And I caked them up.
Woohoo.
I caked one of the sets up anyway. Because I'm going to use these for my temperature. Whoops.
How clever.
Anyway, for my temperature scarf
Garment.
for next year. So I knit a little swatch of how, and what I'm going to do is I'll do like I'll have like a solid color, and then one of the temperature things will be a mix of the two colors, and then the solid color, and then a mix of those two colors, and then the solid color, and then a mix of, so that's how I am going to do that. So that's my little sort of swatch.
Yeah.
And these color things, when I put them on here, I had a different, I had done one just wrapping yarn and it wasn't working for me, so I knit this one. So I'll rewrite my temperature definition things. And so the next thing I want to do is find a really good and consistent website to find the temperatures.
Environment Canada usually is.
Probably where I'll end up.
Yep.
And so those are my yarns from Allison Barnes. And her Struggle and Strength line. Stop bouncing.
Okay.
I know it is.
And also in our Vlogmas, you saw that I got some of Allison Barnes' Struggle and Strength line, the Self-Care is Not Selfish color, which is this nice blue with little bits of white in it, and yeah.
And
This is a sock weight.
Yep. What base do you have? What base is
Basic
it?
sock? Oh, it's 80s Merino 20 nylon.
Yeah, so 420 yards, 115 grams.
3-ply.
3-ply fingering weight. It's a little bit, yeah.
It's thick.
And what, is mine the same? 80, mine's an 80-20 as well. 25 grams, 92 yards.
And we used our affiliate code for Allison Barnes yarn. Use the code CLOSEKNIT20 to get 20% off your purchase of Allison Barnes yarn before January 31st, 2019.
Yeah. All right. That was cool. And thank you, Allison.
Thank you. Thank you for
your
making
yarn.
these colors, and yeah, self-care is not
I like the Struggle and Strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how much, I don't know if it's just because I don't think I'm just tuned into it. It's everywhere. Just some of us struggle with anxiety, depression, all sorts of stuff. We took a course recently, which
It's helped me.
it's helped me a lot too. It's a cognitive behavior thing, so we're just sort of rethinking things, framing them differently, and doing things a little bit differently. It's been very helpful.
Yep.
Anyway, that was a rabbit trail.
Yes. More yarn acquisitions, though.
Yes.
Again, seen in our Vlogmas, I stopped by the Twisted Pearl and picked out my yarn for the temperature scarf, which is all of this Barocco vintage. Thank you.
This looks a little awkward, but it's the bag I'm holding.
Yeah.
Just to be really
Oh,
clear.
God. Yeah, Barocco vintage.
I like that. So because you got 5, are you going to do the same kind of thing as
Yeah.
I'm doing and have the marled sections?
Yeah, have it held double and...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm just scared mine might run out, so I'm hoping Allison still has these colorways next year. When I might run out of it.
But yeah, it's just a Barocco vintage machine washable blend. 52 acrylic, 40 wool, 8 nylon in a weight that is, well, okay. The knitting gauge is 5 stitches to 1 inch.
I'm pretty sure this is like a worsted.
3.5 ounces, 218 yards. 100 grams, 200 meters.
100 grams, 200. Yeah, so it's a worsted.
Okay.
No, well, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's yarn acquisitions.
Have you decided what you're making yet for your...
It's just a scarf. Just a scarf.
All right.
Alrighty then.
Foes.
Foes! This has been Foes.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Whips!
Whips. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yes.
I'm wearing balance.
Almost completed.
I'm wearing balance, but so for those of you who have been following along, you know that I've been knitting balance by Kim Hargreaves, and I had a total brain fart when I started knitting it. I was really focused on stop looking at the snow.
It's like stopped. Anyway.
Okay, I was really, then there's nothing to look at. I was really focused on knitting it correctly. So, like stitch perfect and following the pattern. And so I knew when I started knitting it that it would not fit me the largest size. And instead of going, well, who could I knit this for that I could knit the right, I just knit the largest size, knowing that it would never fit me. So here we are. I have finished knitting the largest size. Here are the sleeves, which have not yet been attached. And I am really happy with, there. I'm really happy with the knit. As it is. I'm going to try to make some of those buttons. You wind them around.
Oh yeah.
Buttons. But because I am so, like, it's really, like, it's a nearly fit here, right? So I am going to undo these seams that I have now made. And I am going to sew or knit in a panel on either side to give it a little bit more oomph. And then when I knit these sleeves, I'll just show you those up close. When I knit these, I knew as I knit them that they were going to be too like short. Like there's no way this is going to fit in this armhole. Like it's just not gonna happen. So I even made them longer as I knit them, and they're still way too small. And then because again I'm a little bit bigger than what the camera what the sweater calls for. I'm probably going to take these out and knit them again and just add like a third row of the that lacy pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them and make them a little bit longer. But these were knit to the size of the pattern as it was written. It was kind of strange because it called for a little bit smaller needle, and I'm thinking perhaps that might have been part of, like, maybe it shouldn't have been on a smaller needle. I don't know.
Who knows?
But anyway, so yeah, there's Balance. I'm super, super happy with it.
It looks great.
And I could also see myself wearing it. And so that's the other reason why I am prepared to sort of go that extra mile with it. But there's sort of the detail around the neck. And the other thing, I'm sorry, Cindy, if you ever get around to watching this, I know you used to, but people get busy, and there's like the buttonhole detail. But Cindy was quite excited because I have one skein of this left over, and she really wanted it. She was going to buy it off me. But I fear that
you will be using it.
I may be using it. I guarantee, because right now, this is what I have left of my 2 skeins. Well, so it was four skeins of Ancient Arts Yarns paperweight in their merino nettle base. And 2, I mean, it's so soft.
It is.
Like, it just, I think it's that nettle. Anyway, I've never felt yarn like this before. So, that's Balance.
Yeah!
And, yeah, we'll see where I end up taking that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got going on?
Socks. I have socks. I could have got these out. Oh well. I have now completed the heel on both of the socks that I am knitting for my friend for Christmas. Here they are. And like that. And now I'm just working up the leg. So it's super stupid simple.
And you're following the
pattern that Mum made and continues to change.
And can't remember.
Yeah.
From one.
Yeah, using Drops Fable yarn.
What size needles are you working on?
That's a very good question. How about US 1.5?
Okay. I think they're a 2.5 millimeter. Where does it say? Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're a 2.5 because that's sort of my sock knitting size, so that's probably what I would have given you. And I am still knitting on with my Mud Punch yarn, my striping and my Blueberry Waffle. 64 stitches, 2.5 millimeters. These are Hiya Sharps. And obviously Magic Loop. I didn't get a lot done on these because these are really my background knitting. And I've kind of worked a little bit on these while Balance was drying. Because I blocked Balance, of course. And so there are those.
Yes.
And I am super sad.
Uh-oh.
Again, if you've been following along with us, you know I've been working on this shawl, the Ranchland shawl, from using the yarn from Disdoro Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
So there's my marker, and so I've done some more there. I don't know why or what's going on, because it really only became a problem after I started working with this creamy colored yarn. But I am getting so much hand pain.
Oh no.
That I've kind of decided I can't knit this anymore.
Oh no.
I don't know if anyone else has ever had experience like that, but I'm honestly considering washing the yarn to see if that makes any difference, because I know when it washes, like there's you know, spinning oil and stuff in the yarn, and I know when it gets washed it's gonna bloom. But there's just something, like I haven't changed the needles. The only thing that's changed from the previous sections is the yarn. And it does feel a little bit different.
Okay, yeah. This is a little coarser, I would say.
It's
yeah, it's a little bit coarser.
So I'm considering that as a possible, let's try this and see if it helps solve the problem. But right now I'm just kind of I love this shawl.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really super easy knit if anybody is looking for a nice
it's just
nice easy knit.
Just garter stitch.
It's garter stitch with some increases, and then you've got this the pattern section for transitions, and it's a great shawl. I'm really sad because something's going on and I can't knit on it.
That's too bad.
Oops.
Whoops.
Okay, well
Well, it's gone forever now.
We'll get that later. So that's one of my whips. I did work on it, but I have decided that it needs to go into my hibernating pile at least for a bit.
Oh, no.
I should probably just try washing it.
Yeah.
So get the yarn onto the Swift, get it sort of skeined again.
Yeah.
Wash it, dry it, cake it up. I don't know, because I want to finish it.
Yeah.
But the other thing I started is...
That's the Allison Barnes yarn.
So, yes it is. So, yeah, no, Allison does not, pay us to talk about her yarn.
We just really like it.
But this is the yarn that Allison sent us, from her Fiber Fix box. This was the October colorway. Yeah. It says that on one of these.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, I mean, I was beside myself when I caked this one up. How beautiful is that? And the two of them together. So this is Russet, and this one is Autumn Splendor, and so it's the yarn of the month from October 2018. Now I think that the only way to get these colors is through the yarn of the month. And she has lots of options for her Fiber Fix boxes. And I say again, what a great gift for, a knitter or something. Because I've always sort of, I honestly have stayed away from these I don't know what I'm going to get boxes. And this one's in her cashmere, her cashmere DK.
Oh, super soft.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I've stayed away from them because, what am I don't know what I'm getting, and am I gonna work with it? Well, here I am. I've cast it on.
Yep.
And believe me, I have other yarns that I've specifically purchased for things, but I'm casting this on. So what I've started here, are you ready?
Because I keep asking, yes. And then...
So I am going to knit the one of the Triple Treat shawls from the Cozy Up knits.
Okay.
And this one, I was a test knitter for them, and I knit the asymmetric triangle.
This one?
Yes. So that's a good call, Mike. So this was the asymmetric triangle that I knit. And the Triple Treat shawl, the idea was it was a One Skein Wonder project where you have, that skein of yarn that it's beautiful, you have to have it, but you weren't sure what to do with it. And so this is a sock yarn, a sock weight, one skein. And what I love about this shawl is the way it shows off the beautiful colors of the yarn in that drop section.
Yep.
So I was looking at Allison's yarn the other day, and I said, Self, I really want to show off those colors, and I love the triple treat shawl because of that. Nice.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, this is a DK weight. It'll be a little bit bigger. And I've sort of allowed for, yeah, the DK. I'm going to use my 2 balls, and I'm just going to kind of make color changes where I think it makes sense. And I'm going to make sure, I'm probably going to do the lace sections. Well, the drop sections will definitely be with this yarn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the lace sections, they'll probably alternate a little bit. Like one might be in the solid color, and the other in the variegated color.
I wonder how this would be with the Bud Punch self-striping.
Oh, well, what you would get, it would be striped.
Yes.
And then here you would get like a section of one color, and then a section of another, and a section of another.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be quite as effective as something like this.
Okay.
And then the whole thing would be
weird.
Like the stripes would start bigger, and then they'd get smaller.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can do it.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Huh. So what else have we covered all of our...
There's that.
What does that say?
Ouch.
Oh, right. So a little while ago I showed you some fabric that I'd got for making some sweaters, and I have it cut out now.
Yay!
Mostly. So again, for those of you who are new, and welcome if you are, I'm designing something so that it fits me, because I'm sick of clothes that don't fit. And I think now I'm scared to sew it, because what if it doesn't fit? Then I'm gonna have to try and anyway. So that's that. But I got it cut out, so maybe I will. Maybe I'll get to that.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right. So update. It is still snowing.
Yes, it is.
But they're not the big fat flakes. They're the nice little ones.
Yep, those ones.
What are you looking at?
I'm trying to see if they can see it. You can sort of see it.
Okay. And Mike.
Hi.
What do you bring to the table?
It's not at the table today, but I had a chance to play a game a little while ago that I've caught wind of previously, and now it's on. Now that I've played it, it's absolutely on my wish list.
Okay, I better write it down.
You have written it down. It's right there. It's called Snake Oil. So we know what snake oil it means. You know, it's
snake oil salesman is
a salesman who sells you stuff that doesn't work. So in Snake Oil is a party game with an impress the judge type mechanic. So think Cards Against Humanity, Apples to Apples, Super Fight, that kind of thing, where you're selling products to your judge who has taken on a specific role from a deck of cards. So, to take an example from the game that I played in, we had a sports fan. So our judge was a sports fan.
Okay.
And you have a hand of cards that are all like single words.
Okay.
They could be things like happy, tarp, water, shoe.
Okay.
Those kinds of things. And you take two of them, put them together, and to make a product, which you then need to sell to the judge, to your sports fan, to your judge. So, for example, the card was sports fan. I put together Heaven Water, because when you're just so enamored in the game, you need to call out, "Glory, hallelujah! I am thirsty." And water will fall from the heavens onto you for you to drink. And that was what I sold. That's what I sold them.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And
It sounds a little bit like Apples to Apples,
Yeah.
Cards Against
yeah,
Humanity.
there's an amount of improv to it, you know, in coming up with your sales pitch.
But then you get to pitch it as
Yeah.
opposed to it being like, ooh, whose one am I picking? Yeah.
You get to pitch it, and you add. It's acceptable to add to your submission to the judge.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great game. I do
Snake
hope I
oil.
pick it up.
Snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
And events from around the world. Yeah, I didn't even look.
No.
Because it's just too hard. But I did find out that my friend Petra
Mm-hmm.
reads and speaks German.
Ooh.
She's from the Netherlands.
Mhm.
That's why it's like, oh, and German. So I'm going to try and nail her down at knit night when we knit on Thursday this week.
Mm-hmm.
And see if, I'll try to pick things out and say, what does that say?
Yeah. And she'll look at it and go, knit night.
And maybe we'll get some interesting stuff. Maybe. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, rounding out things at the end, just in case you missed it, we had a little cameo on the Nordic Stitches podcast. And just to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we included that little thing in our Vlogmas
Yep.
day.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened.
So yeah, go check out the Nordic Stitches.
Nordic Stitches podcast. She's
Do you
fun.
remember which episode we were on?
We were on day 4.
Day 4 of Vlogmas.
Vlogmas day 4.
But check it all out.
How did I remember that?
I don't know.
Oh, this is something I should show you. So I wanted to try this. I don't know why. One day I was like, I wonder if that would work. So when I was caking this yarn up, I put a toilet paper roll
You did.
onto the ball winder.
You did.
And, well, there it is.
So what do you think this is gonna do?
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
thinking if you had like a paper towel holder or one of those ball holder things, it just might help the yarn to come off
A little
without
better, yeah.
getting twisted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was just something I wanted to try, and yes, in case you've ever wondered if that would work, I'm here for you. It worked.
Okay. Now to figure out why.
Anyway. All right. So.
The weather outside is frightful, but the knitting is so delightful.
So we need
Since
to.
we know a place to go, like, comment, and subscribe, and let it snow.
Okay. Yeah. So
But,
like, comment.
like, comment, subscribe, follow our Instagram, Close Knit Family. Join us on Ravelry.
Had a really nice somebody joined us and gave us a really nice introduction this week on the Ravelry. Introduce yourself and thank you you know what, it's so nice to know who you are and who we're talking to.
It really is.
We like that interaction and say something to us, comment, tell us we're amazing. No. Come up with a good reason why I thought I wanted to.
Yeah, you tell us why Sue did that.
Why did I feel the need to try that?
Yep.
Anyway.
Well.
So,
keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.